Hey guys, I have Drew Pitcher here, and he is one of my students that went through the program that I had developed a long time ago. It's been almost 8 years since that, or 9 years since that program was developed. But I would love for him to express to you guys what his experience of going through a National Academy of Sports Medicine's curriculum-based program that offers hands-on experience. So, Drew, tell me about just briefly why did you decide to join a school compared to just doing it online?
So for me, it was definitely, well, one, my parents wanted me to get a good education from something that I enjoyed doing. And I was an athlete for my whole life. And so sports and general fitness was just a big part of what I loved. And I moved here recently when I found the program that you were in, and so that was kind of like the perfect fit. I went through that, and it just for me fit what I was trying to do, and it would get me into a job that I feel like wouldn't feel like a job. It was more just doing something that I enjoyed.
Awesome. All right, so tell me a little bit deeper about when you chose a school. Of course, you have a specific mindset in mind about what your why is. We know that you came from an athletic background. So tell me, in order to get a better education, why did you want a better education? What were you planning on doing with it?
I mean, honestly, at that point, I was pretty young, so I didn't really know what I was gonna go into. It was more having that base so that I could have something to kind of grow from.
Fantastic.
So, I mean, I didn't know where I was really going with it.
Okay.
It was more getting my foot in the door, so to
Awesome.
speak, and then growing from that.
Okay. Awesome. So let's talk about Drew's current situation, right? So he graduated. In what year did you graduate?
That was 2017.
Okay, so 2017 has been a little bit more than 2 years, going on 3 years.
Yep.
And so he had a great experience going through the program and then graduating and starting a job in this career field. And so tell me, Drew, what was so let's talk about your personal experience of the program and then what you're doing now.
So my personal experience was, it was a great experience. And, having you, I felt like you had a lot of knowledge in the industry. So I was gaining a lot of inside perspective. And then going through the internship and all of that, I kind of found that I was being drawn towards working with athletes more than, the general population of people that look for personal training.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so from there, I kind of got that stuck in my head, and playing sports, you generally have a certain mindset of you want to work hard, you want to be better, all that kind of stuff. So the general population and athletes have completely different mindsets, and so for me, I was driven towards that. And so from doing that internship, I was just looking and searching for something that would get me into that sort of industry, working with athletes.
Awesome.
And then I found my job, and then I started as an intern, actually. And then I did that for a few months, and they were pleased and happy with what I was doing. They gave me certification to work with athletes. So I'm a sports performance specialist now. And then from there was brought on to work with athletes from
Awesome.
that internship.
That's great. So what I'm hearing, what's important for everybody is that it's not a certification is not just a piece of paper. It is experience, it's knowledge, and in order to be able to give back to what we're trying to give back to the general population or even sports specific or athletes is training with specificity and being very safe while doing it.
Right.
And then learning from people that have the experience in that specific field is ideal. It's ideal for you to catapult your knowledge base, your experience, to be able to pass that on to the future athletes you're going to be working with. So I highly recommend internships. I highly recommend doing certifications because it's an important part of your learning journey as not only a personal trainer, not only as an athletic trainer, but also as a body transformation expert, right? Because once you've got a certain amount of hours in with your experience, then you're highly qualified to charge the kind of money that you deserve, right? As a coach or a trainer or a body transformation expert. All right, so tell us where currently you're working, and then I think you have some goals about getting somewhere else too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So right now I work for Redline Athletics in Roswell.
Awesome.
And then next week, so starting beginning of November, I'm going to be working at Smart Tents, which is in Alpharetta. So more baseball oriented, like they have their own baseball program, so they have their own teams that you work with.
Okay.
And then you can bring in people on the side to work with them as well, outside of the baseball program.
That's great. So they're giving you multiple opportunities.
Right. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, thank you for your time, Drew. I greatly appreciate it. It was great seeing you again,
good to see you
man.
too.
It makes me very, very happy and humbled to know that I had an impact in your life going through school. As a matter of fact, if there was one thing that you can remember that either I said or I did, that always brings back that memory to you while you're training or whatever you're doing in your business, tell me what it was.
I think for me, learning from you, the biggest thing was making everyone feel comfortable, no matter what their experience is. Even though I generally work with athletes, it's still the same kind of concept in personal training, because athletes have different levels just like every other person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being able to adapt to that and say, okay, I got to take a step back. I can't expect the same thing from one person to the other. So that's definitely something that I always remember.
And that is so very true. We got to treat everybody uniquely, because everybody's got their own idea about exercise, their own ideas about foods, their own ideals, their own lifestyle. They may have kids, they may have whatever else going on in life. So being able to meet them where they are and motivating them and inspiring them to become better versions of themselves, right, is something that we get to do in this industry. Yeah. So once again, Drew, thank you very much for your time. Greatly appreciate you.
Yes,
and give a shout out. So he's going to be at, what is it called again?
Redline Athletics and Smart Tents in Alpharetta and Roswell.
Awesome. So if you guys are looking for any kind of training in baseball or personal training out in Roswell area, in Alpharetta, because that's where he's going to be, hit him up. You got a phone number, an email, or anything you want to give?
Yeah. So my phone number, 951-238-0774. And if you could text me, you can call me, whatever you want to do. And then my email is going to be Drew, letter X, pitcher, like baseball, @gmail.com.
There you guys, there you have it. So please, if you guys are looking for somebody, or if you know anybody that's looking for somebody who wants to go through a body transformation, or with specific athletes, or even baseball, because that's what he's going to be learning next, then hit him up, man. He's an awesome dude.
Yes, sir.
All right. Cool.